Alright guys, what is going on? And this might be going out a little bit later than I wanted it to. What I normally do is I watch all the way up to the main event, and I make the graphic, make everything, and then, well, I already had the graphic make, but I make the layouts and everything, and I pause it and watch the main event after that. Well, my computer decides to fuck up. It takes me about 20 fucking minutes. I mean, I was pissed. I almost picked up the monitor and shit and threw it out the window, and I would have done the crap from my phone or something. I'd have figured out a way because this Impact was pretty damn good. So we start off the show with Mike Bennett. And guys, Mike Bennett is a beast in the ring and on the mic. I really like him, and Maria just sets the whole thing off. She is great on the mic too. This whole miracle thing has been great so far. I don't ever I mean, and what I have to say about this is everybody's saying elevate the X Division, elevate the X Division. Well, to me they're doing that. To me they've talked about the X Division now since Mike Bennett for like a week now. It's only been a week since Mike Bennett's been the X Division champion. And this Impact, they talked about the X Division probably more than they did anything else. Since Mike Bennett's X Division championship and he's in the main event picture, in a way, it kind of says more. They talk more about the X Division, and I think that's good. But I'm still waiting for Caleb Conley and Marshe Rockett, because Marshe Rockett was my favorite in the Indies, and so was Caleb Conley. Like, they were both my favorites. I was watching Marshe Rockett. He was on Resistance Pro, where Billy Corgan used to own or something, and I watched that on the YouTube channel. Caleb Conley on Paragon and Evolve. He was good. I mean, I'm waiting for them to come and tear up the X Division, so I think this is going to be good. I think the X Division's coming back. It's still going to take some time, even after the Marshe Rockett and Caleb Conley sighting. They're going to have to maybe go out and sign somebody that's maybe a Matt Taven-like person, please. But we'll get into this. So Mike Bennett comes out and basically says he's the best X Division champion of all time. I don't know about that. But here comes Bobby Lashley, and he says you can't. There's no. I mean, I don't think Mike Bennett can beat Bobby Lashley. Let me just be serious here. The dude's a beast. After this main event, the dude's a beast. Then here comes EC3, my favorite wrestler right now. EC3 comes out and is just the best. This dude, you talk about Mike Bennett being amazing on the mic, dude, EC3 just tops it. And that is just amazing. I mean, wow. And here comes Billy Corgan. And EC3 throws out the Tonight. That's his song on Smashing Pumpkins, probably one of my favorites. Then, well, Mike Bennett, EC3, Mike Bennett could go at it. And he basically says, E3 says, well, they need to defend it, right? So here comes Billy Corgan. Billy Corgan says, yes, you do. You're not going to make your way to Destination X just by running your mouth. They're going to have a battle royal here tonight. Whoever wins goes against you tonight. Well, then they say tonight again because of the song or whatever. But I was pretty hyped for this match. Honestly, a battle royal in the X Division, get all the X Division guys out there. And to see Mandrews on TV again, let's go. My favorite X Division wrestler. Yeah, you could say everybody else, but Mandrews is a beast. Come on. So our first match was Sienna and Gail Kim. Kind of short. I didn't think it was that long. Sienna wins, which there was some interference by Allie. Then here comes Jade, take Allie out. Then here comes Monty Bell with that nightstick or whatever she uses. Takes out everybody. And Sienna hits the, what was that move called? The silencer? Remember, like, the Monty Brown pounce or whatever? I think that's what that kind of was. She calls it the silencer. She gets her the victory. She stays the women's, or being the Knockouts champion. Sorry about that. Getting confused? Whatever. I was alright with the match. I was like, why was it so short, though? I understand why, because the Fact of Life was probably the best Fact of Life we had so far. That was entertaining as hell. Eli Drake, first off, was ducking behind the his little podium or whatever, talking like a PA announcer, and he brings out James Storm and pisses James Storm off, and they have a drinking contest. Every time Eli Drake hits that button, he takes a swig. So he just keeps drinking, and just keeps drinking, and just keeps drinking. Wow, James Storm is awesome. And if this turns into a rivalry, yes, please. These matches will be good. The promos that they're going to put on are going to be even better. I'm hyped as hell for this, but Eli Drake goes on and on. Basically says that he can't be the world champion, he can't be the King of the Mountain champion, and hell, he can't even be the Knockouts champion. And boy, did he get pissed. Eli Drake turns around, still running his mouth, and gets hit with the last call super kick. Just sorry about your damn luck. I mean, that was pretty great. He had the fans going, Eli Dork, Eli Drake, dummy. I mean, wow. All I gotta say is, can we get the dummy button in the app? Dude, I would go around pressing that thing all day, annoying the shit out of some people. I mean, that would be pretty fun. I think our next thing was Matt Hardy. Gosh. Okay, so I like the Matt Hardy thing all the way up after. And at Slammiversary, I wish that would have been the last match. Yes, the cage match was awesome. I have no problems with the cage match. Just like, why is it still going on? Like, that should have been the end. There's no reason to keep dragging this thing out. And they're having it at their home next week. It'll be a good match, but just why are we still having it? Jeff Hardy comes out and he tells Remy to fly away on a broom. God, dog. Jeff does not give a fuck. Matt Hardy was extra broken tonight, that's for sure. And Jeff Hardy started a yes chant. That was kind of weird, but since it was a whole WWE thing, I'm not gonna get into that. But Matt Hardy gets the fuck up. And first off, he said 6 weeks. Well, that match in 6 weeks. And I'm like, thank you. Give the other rivalries a chance to do something before you shove this down their throats some more. Even though the matches are good, like I said, I just kind of don't want to see it anymore. This rivalry has gone on a little bit too long for me. Matt Hardy gets up and attacks him. Attacks Jeff behind his back, and basically he could walk because he was in a wheelchair the whole damn time. He was doing a promo and beats the shit out of Jeff Hardy. Goes him into the stairs first off. That looks like it hurt. Gets in, puts his head through the chair, hits the twist of hate, and he says the deletion like 8 times. Alright. But all in all, it wasn't bad. Like I said, I just don't want to see it anymore. I think hopefully after next week we can see them do something else. Maybe have Matt Hardy go off TV for a while and something like that. But we have our next match, which the first hour there was barely any wrestling, except for that Cena match. There was a lot of beat downs, like the effective life segment. There's always like a fight, a brawl after that. This time we got one. We got one after the Matt Hardy Jeff Hardy thing. So now we get to the Battle Royal. We have all the X Division guys in the ring, and it was a good match. See the X Division guys in the Battle Royal was pretty fun. Spud was in there. He got thrown out. Mandrews got thrown out next, and Mandrews, he flips over the top rope right off of Trevor Lee and Andrew Evans gets caught with a nasty looking forearm. I was like, damn. I just knocked his ass out. Just like, oh, what the hell. The double Hurricane Rana from Eddie Edwards is always pretty damn awesome. And DJZ got thrown out, and so it went to a 4-way. Well, basically a 2. It's like, I don't know. Because Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett were working together the whole time. So where Eddie takes out Andrew Everett on the outside. And here comes Mike Bennett. He was on commentary. He comes down there, takes Eddie Edwards out of the match. So goes to triple threat. Well, here goes Braxton Sutter. And Andrew Everett. I don't know why. I get Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett so mixed up. I don't even know why. They don't look alike, but whatever. It's a miscommunication by Trevor Lee and Andrew Everett, and it goes to a 2-on-2 between Trevor Lee and Braxton Sutter. And Braxton Sutter actually eliminates Trevor Lee. I was shocked. I didn't think that was going to happen. He's only had a couple matches here, and he becomes the #1 contender for the X Division Championship. Well, not, I mean, I wouldn't say, because they beat the shit out of the dude after the match. Gregory Helms and Trevor Lee, Andrew Everett, the Helms Dynasty, they beat the crap out of Sutter. He's laid out, not getting up. And since this is what's supposed to happen, Mike Bennett was supposed to face the winner of the match. He just comes in, and we thought it was going to be easy victory. He goes for the 3, and Sutter kicks out. Then Miracle comes up, hits the, Sutter kicks out, rolls into a roll-up pin from Sutter. And the whole time I'm thinking, well, how is this dude even going? Because that was a brutal-ass beatdown. And Miracle gets up, hits him with a Miracle in Progress. 1, 2, 3. Still your X Division champion. The whole time, after the match, Dixie's like, wait until what happens next week. I'm like, okay. We saw the Ultimate X thing at the top. I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe that's next week. That would be pretty awesome. Of course, I don't read the spoilers, so do not tell me down in the comments. I know a lot of people like to read the spoilers. I'm not one of them. I would like to see what happens week to week without getting spoiled before every time it comes on. I don't know why people like that, but we had it was, those commercials that are selling those random ass products. Well, it was the Fixer, and my brother came in the room, and I was like, what is this? This is like the craziest thing ever. Are we hiring a hitman? I did not know. I watched it back like 3 times before I noticed that was part of the show. Because at the top I said, nah bruh, just money. And then I was like, wow, this is part of the TNA now. And I'm like, who is it? Is it Marshe Rocket? Is it Caleb Conley? And then I'm like, no, it's got to be Tyrus. The reason why I say it's got to be Tyrus, that it was a bodyguard. And now that I'm guessing he's not with Spud anymore, I think this would be a great gimmick for him, man. Was I right? Grado Mahabali Shira versus Al Snow and the Tribunal. They needed another person, so I guess they hired Tyrus, and Tyrus beat the shit out of everybody. He looked a lot better in this match than he has in a while, I'd say. I mean, he hit the world's strongest slam first off and pin and won the match. We didn't really see much from Grado Mahabali Shira in this matchup. Like, Tyrus beat the crap out of everybody. Now, if this is his new thing, I'm honestly saying I'm gonna like it. Depends on what rivalries he goes into, since like the Hitman type deal. Like, what do you think is next for Tyrus? I mean, I honestly couldn't tell you what's gonna happen next. I just like the new deal for him. I think it's pretty interesting to see what kind of rivalries he comes into. I think that's how he's going to be booked. I don't think he's just going to be randomly put in the matches. I think he's going to be like hooked into each rivalry, like some guy's going to hire him or whatever to, take out somebody. I think that's cool. He's the Fixer Tyrus. Honestly, I really do like this from Tyrus. Well, hold on. I was on Twitter. During the Mike Bennett match, they were chanting CM Punk. Does someone know why in the hell they were chanting CM Punk at Mike Bennett and Maria? Like, I had no idea, and honestly, I didn't know why they would even say that. I mean, the dude was in TNA a long, long time ago before, I don't know, it was a long time ago, basically. Like, it was Asylum years, basically. So, why were they chanting CM Punk? I mean, are they just some goofs from WWE that come in here to piss everybody off? I don't know. Just like, why? What was the point of that? Anybody knows? Let me know in the comments. I would really, really like to know. So we go to our main event. This was a great the best match of the night. Best segment of the night goes to the Fact of Life. That was entertaining as hell. Super Ethan versus Galloway, the captain, and versus the Destroyer Lashley. They took out Bobby Lashley the first off, and I know that was a smart move, so they started going at it. Drew Galloway goes on the outside, hits a cannonball type move off the apron to Lashley, and here goes Super Ethan off the top rope with a splash, and Galloway gets out of the way. And then that Galloway, like, you were this close to getting taken out. So they come back in the ring, and they go with the chops. And Ethan's chest starts bleeding after those chops, because he was just sitting there taking just boom, boom, boom. I mean, repeatedly to the chest. I'm like, damn, how is he even doing that? And I remember, before they did these tapings, I think it was like Saturday, they had that hardcore match in Evolve. Might have been where it got from, because on Summerversary you can see it. I don't know if you guys watch Evolve, but yeah. Bobby Lashley comes back in the ring, and they hit a double suplex or whatever. That was like pretty strong, because Lashley's huge. So is EC3 and Galloway, but that's a lot of strength still to pick up a guy like Lashley. Well, they're still fighting, and EC3 hits the TK3, and he tries to go for the 1%er on Lashley, but here's Drew Galloway with the Claymore, and Galloway gets up. Here comes Lashley with a spear. EC3 gets up. Here's a spear to EC3. 1, 2, 3. Lashley retains your championship. Like I figured, I don't know why they would take it off of him that quick. But, wow, that was a classic main event. That was really good. If you're going to watch TNA tonight, you could probably just watch for the main event and you would be set. But there was other stuff to watch that was entertaining. This TNA was really good. Just have to say, probably the only thing I didn't like is why the Knockouts match was too short. I think it could have been a little bit longer, and they could have less out of that Jeff Hardy, Matt Hardy thing, I would have to say. They could have left the Fact of Life segment as long as it was perfect. The main event, I don't know. I think it was about the perfect time for it. They hit the great spots and everything, and it was pretty good. So, with that being said, like, subscribe, and comment. Lucha Underground review tomorrow. Let me know what your favorite thing of the night was. Thoughts from the whole show. Like, subscribe, and comment. And obviously, Tampa Bay Rays franchise tomorrow. But I am out. Thank you so much for watching.